Welcome back to Peaks 47. So I just thought I'd show you what I'm up to here. As you can see, I've cut some slits into this hillside, and then with old bits of insulation, I'm going to use these as sort of flakes of rock that are coming out the hillside. So this flat piece I'd probably use along the top, and then with the Stanley blade I've just cut into the modelling sheet, and I intend on, once I've done the scenics, just have some bits of rock that are sticking out, and then with the scenics all around it. So I'm going to leave these out, paint these and weather them all on the bench, put all the grass down, and then slot these in last, and then any touch-ups of scenics do afterwards. Because I figured if I put these in, if I paint these and then put these in now, then when I'm using the layering spray, I'm going to get scenics that are pretty much just going to cover these. So I don't want them covered. I want these as exposed bits of rock that are sticking out the side of the hill. And you can see I've added another one there, and I've literally just cut into that with a Stanley blade, and I'm just going to put some random pieces in all around it. So I'm going to do this now on the other tour, and then start putting some basing glue down. Okay, so I've started off with some North Euro as my base on there, and then I've done some patchy on this face. I am copying from a picture, and it's certainly a darker green down the bottom, a brown halfway up, and then a lot of a lighter green on top. So we've got the North Euro, the patchy, and then some spring over the top with a bit more patchy over that. So I'm just going to put some autumn down the bottom, which is very similar to the North Euro anyway, and I'm using the new detailer to applicate this, so I can just get it along this bottom edge. So that's what I'm going to do next. So again, I'm doing the same process on here. I'm going to be using the detailer again with some muddy in it, just to get this bottom edge. So I've added a bit of dead in places, as you can see here, just to break it up a little bit more. that's kind of ready now for some extra scenics and some other bits and bobs, some other ideas I've got going on just to break this plainness up against this wall. That's probably going to be in another video. So for now I'll just continue just breaking up this area a bit, and then I'm thinking of doing some sort of structure here. I'm going to put a path in from this barrow crossing you can see here, and then perhaps a stile over the wall, and then a bit of a track for ramblers to come up, so I need to put some sort of path in as well. But all in all, not too bad. So I've just moved this wall out a little bit wider, and the reason I've done that is just to break up the perfectly straight line of the wall. I wasn't too keen on that, and I'm just using this as a guide, just this old Pico shed, and I'm going to have an old derelict barn perhaps at that angle in the corner of the field. But I'm not going to be using this. I've ordered some Will's Plasticart with the embossed stone on it. I'm going to do a pitched roof that's all collapsed in with a couple of tiles on and the rafters coming through as an old sort of derelict barn, and I'm going to have that somewhere there. So for now, while I'm waiting for my materials to arrive, I'm just going to add some dead overgrown in here. I want this really overgrown here, start making this a bit of a waste ground, and then I'll probably cut out the path and then have the stile somewhere here, and then the rambler's path perhaps come up in that sort of direction. So as you can see from the previous clips, I've just managed to get a few more blends in there now, and I think that's what you want to really be achieving, is getting the blends. So I've put the dead on the other side of this wall where it'd be a little bit more overgrown, and then rather than just leaving that in the dead and then the autumn directly over the wall, because that grass would have germinated a little bit further, I've just blended some of it the other side of the wall, so you haven't got that black and white contrast. And as you can see, that's quite effective. You've got some dark here, a little bit whiter here, and then the whiter stuff here, and then blends into a more of a lush green, and then it's a bit dead again on the top, and then again very lighter on the peak. So I'm just going to add some rock features in here, like I was showing you before. So it's just flaky bits of insulation board. I'm going to paint them in situ. It seems to be a lot easier, I think, once they're in place.